Greetings, my dear friends of Green Ground. Today, as the breeze of news drifts our way, I invite you to join me on a journey through some of the most resonant international stories shaping our world, each one unfolding with a rhythm and flavor all its own. Let's settle in, take a deep breath, and let the narratives of our day unfold. First, a peculiar coincidence. Yes, our namesake tropical storm Alvin has made its debut off the western coast of Mexico. Now, I must confess, hearing your own name in the weather reports can be a bit surreal, but there's a certain charm to it, don't you think? This tropical storm, though, is no joking matter for those in its path. It's always fascinating how nature reminds us of its power, gathering strength over the open waters, swirling with winds and rain, and sending out alerts to communities and travelers alike. It's a gentle nudge for us all to remember the importance of preparedness, especially as storm seasons shift and change. While this particular Alvin is not expected to bring catastrophic impacts to mainland Mexico or Baja California, it stands as a symbol of the ever-present dance between human life and the natural world. The storm is expected to weaken as it moves northward, encountering winds and cooler waters, a fate most storms share when they stray from their ideal conditions. Meanwhile, across the globe, another storm is brewing, this one of a very different kind. In Pakistan-administered Kashmir, security forces recently undertook a raid on a militant hideout, an operation that ended tragically with the loss of 2 police officers and 4 Taliban fighters. These moments remind us of the complexity of security challenges in regions where peace is so fragile. Every incident, every loss, casts a long shadow over communities striving for stability and normalcy. It's a poignant reminder of the bravery shown by those who stand on the front lines, and of the ongoing need for dialogue and understanding in areas where tensions run high. Now, let's shift our gaze to a glimmer of hope, a small but meaningful step in the world of diplomacy. The U.S. ambassador's residence in Damascus has reopened, marking what could be the beginning of a new chapter in relations between the United States and Syria. This is a story of cautious optimism, of doors opening after long years of closure. The world watches as these two nations test the waters, each gesture laden with meaning and possibility. Diplomacy, after all, is a garden that thrives on patience and careful tending, and this reopening may just be the first green shoot of a new season. As we often find in life, though, for every hopeful sign, there are reminders of the challenges we face together. The United Nations, that grand institution dedicated to global cooperation, is currently wrestling with a serious financial crisis. It's hard to imagine, but the UN may be forced to make deep cuts, perhaps up to 7,000 jobs, as it struggles to balance its books. This is no small matter. Those jobs represent not just livelihoods, but the very programs and initiatives that support vulnerable populations around the world. It's a sobering reminder of how fragile our systems can be, and of the need for renewed commitment to the principles of shared responsibility and collective security. And speaking of cooperation, let's turn our attention to the dance of diplomacy among some of the world's largest nations. Russia is making a push for the revival of the Russia-India-China trilateral format, a grouping that could offer new avenues for collaboration on issues ranging from trade to technology to security. Each of these nations brings its own perspective and priorities to the table, and the interplay between them is always fascinating to watch. Will this revival bring about more harmony, or will it be a stage for new tensions? Only time will tell, but the mere act of coming together is a hopeful sign in a world that sometimes feels ever more divided. As I reflect on these stories, I'm struck by the interconnectedness of it all. A storm forms in one corner of the world, a raid unfolds in another, a diplomatic door opens elsewhere, a global organization faces financial hardship, and great powers seek new ways to work together. It's a tapestry of human experience, each thread woven with care and consequence. And in the midst of it all, we each play our part, whether by staying informed, supporting our communities, or simply by sharing our thoughts and hopes with others. That's why I'm so grateful to have you here as part of the Green Ground community. Your presence, your curiosity, and your voice make this journey all the more meaningful. If you've enjoyed today's monologue, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, share your thoughts on any of these stories, or simply say hello. And if you'd like to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell your friends, because the more voices we have, the richer our conversation becomes. Before I go, a quick reminder to check the description for more information and links to explore these stories in greater depth. And as always, thank you for joining me today, for listening, and for being part of something bigger than ourselves. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep the conversation going. This is Alvin, your trusted narrator, wishing you a wonderful day ahead.